Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. We got two decks for you. We got a giveaway, and coming tomorrow, we are interviewing Glenn Jones, the lead designer of Marvel Snap, on our podcast, Snap Judgments. That'll be over on the Marvel Snap Zone YouTube. Make sure you check it out. Also, make sure you stick around for this video. We are giving away stuff at the end. We'd like you to hit that sub button before we get started, though. We bring you two brand new decks to keep you ahead of the Marvel Snap meta every single weekday. These are proven decks that win at the highest levels of Marvel Snap that are different. And because they're different, if you're able to snap aggressively, snap appropriately, you should be able to climb with them to gain cubes because the meta will not be ready. Our decks for today come from Interrobang. Interrobang is a phenomenal creator, friend of the show, on the podcast 2 weeks ago. Intero built a Sera list, excuse me, built a Sera list and is also the founder of the Twitter, or the runner, I don't know, of the Twitter Marvel Snap community. So make sure you check out Intero's stuff. He's got this really, really great Sera deck that a lot of people are having a ton of success with. We also have Lambie. You may have heard of him. Lambie is the homie. Lambie was on the podcast last week. He's the best player in all of Marvel Snap. For whatever reason, not enough people are subscribed to his YouTube. If you're subscribed to this YouTube, you need to be subscribed to Lambie, so make sure you do that. We also have a daily shop look today. So we're taking a look at my shop and what I bought, what I didn't buy, why. And we're going to look at the Iron Man bundle, and in the process, we're going to give one of those away at the end of the video. We're also giving away the anniversary bundle starting tomorrow. Make sure you're subbed. You don't want to miss out. Let's get to the decks. Our first deck is our first deck is in Interrobang's El Sera. He's been cleaning up infinite tickets with this deck. A lot of people have been playing to success on ladder. I'm going to tell you straight up, I very rarely play ladder. Now that I'm infinite, I got infinite in like 2 days. I'm focused on conquest. I've got like 15 silver tickets and 11 or 12 gold tickets. I just like racking them up, and at some point I'll actually play through them. But it's super duper fun. This deck is extremely powerful in either context, um, ladder or conquest. So what it really does well is Mobius is starting to see less and less play, except as a low-key counter, because Wave has been fundamentally chased out of the meta. Which means if your opponent doesn't drop Mobius, you've got a free Sera for crazy, crazy power. Your other option here is you can drop Mobius, deny them stuff, and then you still have your Hitmonkey Mysterio package to put more power on the board than they do. That plus Elsa is still crazy, crazy strong. Then, if they're not running Luke, you've got Shadow King to further shut them down, or Shang-Chi to punish the people playing, like, because there's an awful lot of naked Red Skull out there. So you can just punish that kind of play with Shang-Chi. You're going to need Kitty, Elsa, and Hitmonkey for this deck, no questions. But Jeff can probably be Nightcrawler, and Mobius can be either Bast or Rogue. Rogue would be nice. It's the one card I think I most wish I could fit here, because then if they do Mobius early, on 3 or 4, you're perfectly happy to just Rogue them and then drop your Sera. This got 3 Infinity tickets and has been dominant. So turn 1, you want a Kitty. Turn 2, Angela is better than Elsa if you've got Kitty going. If not, Elsa takes priority. That's better than Luke. That's better than Mobius. Never, ever, ever play Mysterio or Shadow King on 3. If you've got Elsa Kitty going and they don't have anything going, you're relatively safe to snap. Turn 3, Elsa or Angela plus Kitty, and if you don't have that combo, you Bishop. Because then on turn 4, if you didn't have Kitty, you just drop 2/2s. If you dropped 2 and Kitty then you Bishop Kitty on turn 4. You lose 1 power on Bishop to gain 1 power on Kitty. Kitty's power ends up being more flexible and keeps Bishop a little bit under Shang-Chi type nonsense, and Bishop is more vulnerable to an opposing Shadow King. Turn 5, Sera, if they didn't play Mobius, is always the right play. If they did Mobius earlier, they're very rarely, like, especially on ladder, going to save Mobius for 5. So if they did Mobius, you're going to drop your Mysterio Hitmonkey combo here, especially if you have Luke out. Because your last turn then will be Shang and Shadow King, which usually ruins their whole world, right? You should lose priority here if at all possible, because your Mysterios are 0. You've got Hitmonkey as your one big lane, and then you've got that one powerful like Hitmonkey, and you should be relatively safe. There's very little Shang in the meta, so your Luke should protect both. And then again, you're going to drop your Shadow King and your Shang-Chi to ruin their life. If you Serad, you can Mysterio, Hitmonkey, Kitty, Shadow King, and another two. That's nutty, right? That's just a crazy Hitmonkey. You should win the game in almost all of those situations. If you have Mysterio Hitmonkey on Sera and they haven't Mobiused, I'm snapping around turn 4. And you can also Mysterio for 1, Hitmonkey for 2, Shang for 3. That's 6, which is again just crazy, crazy power, crazy swings. It goes over the top of almost everything without any real trouble. This deck is sick, and I really hope it. Right, quick variant look. We've got a lovely hip full deck. We've got our Mysterio hip, our Sarah hip, our Mobius hip, our Elsa hip, so and our Jeff hip. So it's a 5 hip deck. Nice. I'd really, really love that hip Bishop. I've got the hip Monkey. I like this better, and I've turned down the hip Luke because I like this better. This is my favorite Shang in the game. It's Art Adams. I think Art Adams is brilliant, and I absolutely love it. I need a Shadow King variant. It's one of the last 20, like low 20s cards I need a variant for. I love this kitty. There's a slightly better kitty, but it's 1200, so I'm perfectly fine just running this one. And I really, really have been into this baby Angela lately, and I don't know why, but I really, really dig it. So that's our variants for this deck. Let's keep it going. Next up, hey, we did this last week. This is Scuba Bounce. Last Friday, we decided to, in collaboration with Scuba, who's a fantastic player, he made a really famous discard list a while back. It was like 4 or 5 months ago at this point, but he made a really famous discard list. Scuba built a bounce list, and a lot of people in my Discord have been playing it and like screaming about the success of it. It's a 2 lane killer. You focus all on 2 lanes, and I promise you, if you saw this deck, we're not just talking about this deck again. But what was interesting about it is it basically cut Hitmonkey. It said, "Hey, we don't actually need Hitmonkey for bounce. There's enough other ways to get power." Well, you know who agreed? Turns out Lambie did. Lambie Rogue's third version is a Hitmonkeyless. Lambie Rogue is a Hitmonkeyless deck. This is harder to play, but unlike the previous deck, this can challenge all 3 lanes, and it does that largely because of the power of Mysterio late game. Mysterio after a Bast plus Elsa Bloodstone is 6 power in 8 lane. That's 2 for 18. That's wildly powerful. If you can double any of that with Iron Man, you've now officially gone wide, right? You're threatening every lane. Bishop with Mysterio alone is a 3/4, but then you've got all these other plays, right? Like to really, really pump Bishop up, to pump Angela up. You've got Forge, um, which is another great power pump for all of these various cards, and you can play everything but Mysterio multiple times thanks to Falcon and Beast. Assume you're not going to get the cost reduction on Beast because of Mobius, but don't, if you do, like, awesome, have fun, right? Like, you win, snap. But if you assume you're not going to get that cost reduction, if you do, it's an added benefit. Bast has incredible targets here. The Hood, it makes it +6. It's +5 on Mysterio. It starts your Bishop and Angela off, like with an extra card and a half on Angela. It's an extra 2 cards for Bishop. It's an extra 3 plays for Kitty. Um, it's 6 power on Iron Man. It's just stellar. It's 2, and then it's a regular 2 on, right? Like fine, whatever. It's 1 on Elsa. It doesn't affect Falcon, and it's -1 on Beast. All those are like fine, but they're very whatever plays. What's really nice here is it's got that real high power. Bast is the singular reason I still believe America Chavez is right in these decks. I'm so ready to cut her from these decks because a lot of the ordering does not matter. But you really, really want to see Bast because it is so powerful. And I guess you want to see Elsa. Elsa turns out is pretty damn good too. Elsa's, I'm gonna guess. I think we're on OTA skip week. I'm gonna make a prediction right now, and I'm gonna tell Glenn this when we record later on tonight. Spoiler: this is Wednesday's video. I record it Tuesday night because I work full time. But I'm gonna tell Glenn tonight. I think you're nerfing Elsa. It's a skip week. I think we're gonna get an Elsa nerf in 2 weeks. I think that it's in every good deck is too much, and it's gonna happen. I'm calling it. I know a lot of people are going, no, no, no. They're gonna wait till the end of the month because money's. I don't believe that. I think that it's good enough that they're gonna do it now. All right, Kaden Elson the deck, but look, no Hitmonkey. There is no other high series card. No Jeff. No anything else. Let's keep going. This pressures the board better than the previous version, but it doesn't go quite as tall. Turn 1, Bast is key. Then you can Forge and Kitty, or Elsa, or Angela. Those are your like plays in order. Turn 3, if you've played a bunch of ones, you can drop another one and Falcon them all back. Or you can Elsa, or and or Angela plus a 1. That would be like a kitty on an Angela, a kitty on an Elsa. Or you can just drop Bishop. Dropping Bishop is fine. Turn 4 is a 1 and a Beast. Again, that's really, really great if it's kitty. Or a 1 and a Bishop. Or if you've got Elsa or Angela, you drop Elsa or Angela with another 2. Turn 5, Iron Man or Bishop plus replay. So you can drop Iron Man here, but there's a lot of rogue in the meta, so I tend to prefer to hold that if possible. That's part of why I like Beast here. You can Bishop and then replay basically until you only have 1 energy card left in hand. So you can go I don't know why I keep saying Mysterio and Monkey. Habits are hard to break. But like you want a Mysterio that last turn, you want to save enough energy for Mysterio that last turn so you can like or that second to last turn and just leave 1 spot for Iron Man and go over the top with that. Iron Man and 1, excuse me, Iron Man and Hood. So you want to leave space for that. Ugh, I messed up this whole section because Monkey is on my brain from that previous deck. Let's re-talk this through, shall we? Ready? So you can Iron Man if they don't have Rogue, or you can Bishop and Mysterio just fine right that turn. That's your 5 energy. Cool. If you do that, you want to make sure you leave 2 spaces. Those 2 spaces are for either Kitty and Iron Man, or Iron Man and Iron Man and a demon. That's the play. All good? Good. Next up, let's look at some variants. I like that so this I'm using a different bishop. I'm using the steampunk bishop because I've also got the steampunk falcon. We've got our standard few hips. We've got Mysterio, Bast, Elsa, and Beast, so a nice 4 hip deck, always a pleasure. We've got Noir Hood. I wish I had a second Noir in here, but what are you going to do? Every deck can't run Coulson and Maria Hill. My favorite America Chavez. We'll talk more about this Iron Man later. I still hate this forge. I would buy almost any other forge if it ever turned up. I really like this Falcon. Honestly, the reason I run this Bishop is because I like this Falcon, and we talked about Kitty and Edge. All right, daily shop time. My daily shop today has this cable that I have no interest in buying. I've got Young Cable. It's perfectly fine. I'm obviously not spending money on pixels. Thanks for trying to sell me them. I've got a Carnage and a Venom that go together, so that's not a thing. Here's what's frustrating. I don't have a variant for Mordo, and I don't have a variant for Orca. So there's a possibility I still buy this Orca before it's out of my shop. There's not a lot of Orca variants, but I'd be like happy with a Pixel Orca. I would like an Orca variant. Fundamentally, is what I'm telling you. I've got less than 20. Buying this Orca puts me really close to being full. I'm probably gonna end up buying it, but I can't guarantee it. I'm not buying this Mordo. There's a hip. I'm holding out for that hip. This is the second best Galactus in the game, as far as I'm concerned, and one of the best pieces of art in the game. However, the Lifebringer Galactus from the Al Ewing run of apparently Ultimates, thanks to the chat for correcting that, is too good, and I don't run enough Galactus to really need 2 different variants. So I'm keeping my Lifebringer because A, it's like I like that run a lot, and B, it's very different from the other Galactuses, so we're rocking it. Much love to the baby variant, though. If I opened it, I'd be happy. And finally, yesterday, when we did the new card video, so we didn't do our shop, I bought this Uatu because it's unbelievably adorable. I felt like it was must buy, and now I own it. So Uatu was again one of the last cards I didn't have a variant for, and that is no longer the case. I now have this wonderful, wonderful Uatu. Should I ever decide to play him, I've got a cute doggy, and it makes me really happy. All right, ready? Here we go. So this Iron Man bundle is in the shop, and I've decided not to buy it, but I already had budgeted for it, so instead of buying it for myself, I'm going to buy it for one of the commenters of this video. The reason I'm not buying it is twofold. First, it's decent value. $10 does not is half the gold you would need for 700 tokens. Sorry, for 1,000 tokens. So like 700 tokens is reasonable value for $10, right? Like that's more than 500, which is about what you would expect for that value. Okay. So reasonable value in tokens, 200 gold. It's not bad. But I don't like this Iron Man variant. The reason I don't like this Iron Man variant is A, like I get that it's a costume, but it looks frumpy. I don't really want to play a frumpy card. And B, I have these 3 other Iron Mans, right? So what you're going to do in the comments to this video, you're going to sub, and then you're going to tell me your favorite of these 3 Iron Man variants that I have. So which one should I like start splitting and building? We've got the new one, which came from the whatever it's called Conquest shop that is, I believe, Midnight Suns themed. And then we've got these other two cool ones, the maroon one and then the like flying to the sky one, which are both just ones I opened in random caches throughout playing Marvel Snap. I really like all three. I think all three are great and all three are better than this. I also have 52,900 tokens and 11 saved spotlight caches. So 700 extra collector's tokens with a measly 200 gold and a variant I don't like is not enough to entice me. But hey, 700 collector's tokens isn't nothing, and maybe you like this variant. So comment which of these three um you like best, and on tomorrow's video, that's the video for 2 days, 2 hours. Yeah, that still works. I will just comment and you will get this Iron Man bundle. Cool. I will tell you who won on tomorrow's video. And I will tell you who won. You can have this lovely Iron Man bundle. Maybe I'll even announce it sooner on Twitter. Like, you have until, let's say, 7 or 8 tonight, so we can make sure we get this to you. And then if you're following me on Twitter at SnapJudgeCast, as long as I'm gonna write the name of who won. So we'll get that done for you. This way you can buy it. I think this is decent value. It's just not like 200 gold is like cheap. And there's better bundles coming. If you're gonna spend money, by the way, save for the Deadpool anniversary bundle. That's 1,000 gold. And I'm going to give away a few of those tomorrow as well. All good. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that sub button. Make sure you're following on Twitter for the giveaway, because again, I will announce it tonight as of you watching this. Let's say 8ish. I will announce it tonight so that you have plenty of time to get me your user ID and I can get you your bundle. Thanks, everybody. Peace.